This has been a challenging month for Vladimir Putin. His grip on power has been tested. He faced a mutiny. It's been scotched now, but the damage is still being assessed. So Putin is trying to re-establish his authority, and guess where he's drawing inspiration from? India.
В Индии и премьер-министр, большой друг России, господин Моди, он целую концепцию выделил несколько лет назад. Сделано в Индии. Ну и, знаете, эффекты есть. Реально эффект для индийской экономики ощутимый. Вот не грех повторять то, что запретено, если и не нами, то нашими друзьями, и хорошо работает.
That's right. Vladimir Putin called India a big friend. He hailed the Make in India initiative. And it's not the first time that he's praised India. But in this instance, the timing is significant because A, Prime Minister Modi has just returned from a state visit to the US, and B, Putin has just survived a coup attempt. It posed a threat not so much to his presidency, but his military establishment. It highlighted the differences within, the divide over the war in Ukraine and how they should be fighting it. So Putin is now trying to change the narrative, to seize control and to establish authority. And that statement about India is an attempt to do that. He's sending a signal both to the citizens of Russia and the world beyond. And what's he trying to say? Well, there are two parts to his message. First, the optics, and second, the intent. Putin was speaking at an event yesterday. It's called Strong Ideas for a New Time. Apparently, it's an annual affair. Now, before appearing at this event, he was in a region called Dagestan. He was seen mixing with the locals, taking selfies, even kissing a young girl on the head. It's a sharp contrast from the days of the pandemic when a long table separated Putin and his visitors. Yesterday, he was mixing with large crowds. In fact, in recent days, he has made a flurry of public appearances. At the Moscow event, Putin took to drawing. The Russian president drew a cartoon figure. Again, a very rare occurrence. Russian state TV has spread these videos far and wide. And earlier, they used to showcase Putin's tough macho image. Now they're trying to show the world his softer side. The idea is to show that he is a likable leader, that he enjoys mass support. So those were the optics. Now let's tell you about the intent. You see, after the coup, Putin wants to rally the masses behind him, so he's making a new pitch, a new message. And he's taking some inspiration from India. Self-reliance is his new clarion call. Let's in fact revisit Putin's statement about India. Make in India had a visible effect on the Indian economy. That's what he said. It is not a sin to adopt what's been invented by others. He chose his words carefully. He's openly saying that he wants to embrace the Make in India concept because it's effective. Putin says there is no sin in adopting an idea introduced by someone else. And Russia needs such a policy now more than ever. They're under multiple sanctions from the West. So far, they've limited the impact of these sanctions, and Russia's economy is doing better than expected. But how long can they sustain it? Russia's energy revenues have declined, and declined sharply. Last month, they fell by almost 36%. And the result is this. Expenses are high, but revenues are falling. So there's a budget deficit. We're talking about a deficit of $42 billion. And this is in the first 4 months of the year. Moscow has to fix it. Hence the pitch to make in Russia. This is an endorsement of India's policies, also a nod to the India-Russia ties. It shows how much Putin values this relationship, and this is becoming a bit of a trend. World leaders of all descriptions trying to woo India. Last week, it was the US president who was courting India. Joe Biden raised a toast to Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Toast to our partnership, to our people, to the possibilities that lie ahead, to two great friends, two great nations, and two great powers. Cheers.
According to Biden, India and the US are great friends. Well, the UK too wants to be friends with India. Look at this tweet from their Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. He shared this last year after meeting with Prime Minister Modi. United by friendship, That's what he said about India. So every country of significance is trying to win India over. That's because it's a major economy, the world's fastest growing, a huge market and talent pool, and a geopolitical heavyweight. So while India refuses to confine itself to alliances or blocs, the world is keen to work with India and learn from it.